Hi, I'm John Barnes from Briley Manufacturing, and today I wanted to show you how to properly install a Briley tube set in a Blaser F3 shotgun. The F3 is an excellent platform that lends itself very well to the use of tube sets. You do need to know how to properly align your ejectors on your tubes when it's going in F3. It's a little bit different than a lot of the other guns out there, and I just wanted to show you how to properly do that to eliminate any questions. So we've got our Briley tube set and we've got our Blaser F3 shotgun. The first thing that you want to do anytime that you do this is open the gun and make sure that it is unloaded and safe before you attempt to either install or remove a Briley tube set or do any other type of work on your firearm. Be sure to always keep it safe. The first thing to do is to take the barrel off of the gun. You can install the tube set or remove the tube set with the barrel on the gun. You'll save yourself a lot of frustration if you take the barrel off first. Now in this particular tube set, this was ordered with custom colors, so the bottom tube is black. Custom colors are available for a little extra charge. Whatever color they are, they will be labeled down here by the Briley logo where it says that this one does go in the bottom. Most of our standard tube sets, blue will go on the bottom. In this case it happens to be black because it was a custom order. And all you do is just drop it right into the barrel. You want to take care to align the ejector when you start getting close, and when you start to meet some resistance by hand, just stop. Now that you have the ejector aligned, and we'll show you a close-up of this ejector alignment, the next step is to take the aluminum driving tool that's labeled 28, 20, and 410, put the appropriate size end of it into whatever tubes you're installing. In this case, we're installing 410 tubes into the barrel, so I'm going to take the portion that says 410, drop that into the tube, and now we're just going to tap it into place. When you tap it into place, you just want to tap it until you feel a positive stop, and you'll know that the tube is fully seated. You can't drive them in too far. And just so you know, these are all hand fit to your gun and your barrel. So when you are tapping them into place, they may be a little bit tight when they're brand new. That's completely normal. If for any reason you feel like you're having to use excessive force, you may stop and double check what you're doing, give us a call. And we'll be happy to assist you in any way that we can. So anyway, tap the tube set into place using the provided hammer and driver. After it's tapped in, you want to make sure that the ejector on the gun and the tube set move together in unison and they move freely, which these are, so it's properly installed. The tube set ejector is highlighted in red. The gun ejector is highlighted in blue. As you can see, you want to have this aligned just below the bottom of the ejector on the gun. This is the proper alignment for the bottom barrel in the Blaser F3. We'll move on to the top tube. Now on the F3, the alignment of the ejector of the top tube is what is really critical. So again, just push it in until you start to meet some resistance. Check your alignment while it's still loose enough to rotate it. We have it aligned there. We'll show you a close-up of this alignment. Again, taking the aluminum driving tool and the provided hammer, tap the tube into place, and now you're ready to go. And again, we'll show you a close-up of what the proper alignment looks like, and you'll notice the colors of the ejector of the gun and the ejector of the tube. You'll notice on the top tube on your Blaser F3 tube set, there will be a little notch cut out right here. That is to give clearance for the gun ejector, highlighted in blue, to pass through that notch, because you have to rotate the ejector just a little bit clockwise to where the end of the ejector here in red is not quite flush with the end of the gun's ejector in blue. So now let me put them in the barrel. And now you can see that we have that notch aligned, so it allows the blue ejector here, which is the gun ejector, to pass through, and it still lifts up the ejector, while at the same time the tube set ejector is not quite flush with the edge of the ejector on the gun. We colored them just to highlight it in the video so you can really see what the proper alignment on them is, but yours will not normally be red and blue. So it was just to have some good contrast. And with everything moving freely, you're now ready to put the barrel on the gun. But first I want to show you what the alignment is for. Inside the receiver at the very top, there is a little plunger that comes out of the breech face. That releases your top lever on your shotgun when it's closing. So we are moving the top ejector so it has some clearance to go around that pin. If it does not, sometimes you'll have the gun halfway closed and it'll push the pin in, the top lever will snap over and you'll have to push it over and it gets to be very annoying. That can be corrected easily by having your tubes aligned correctly, and that's the part about the Blaser F3 that's just a little bit different than some of the other shotguns. So then, take your barrel with the tube set installed, put it on the receiver, going to put the forearm on, and open and close it a time or two just to make sure that everything moves freely just as it should. So nothing binding up. If something starts to bind up, stop, don't try to force it. Either double check to make sure that you have everything aligned correctly, all the tubes fully inserted. If they're not fully inserted on the F3 or any other gun, it won't necessarily always close. So if you start to feel any unusual resistance, go ahead and open it back up, take a look and see. I also like to close the gun, dry fire it, just to make sure that the ejectors fire, everything moves freely, and now you're good to go. Now the next part that I want to show you is the removal of the tube set. Removal is just the opposite of installation. So, grab the barrel, use the provided plastic removal tool that we send you with your tube set, drop it into one of the barrels. And I suggest that you put your hand down a little bit further away. Don't put it up here, otherwise you'll pinch your finger between the removal tool and the choke. So with your hand out of the way, grab the provided hammer, when the tube set comes out of the gun and it's free, you can then pull the tube out, set it aside. We're going to repeat the same process on the top barrel. Insert the removal tool, tap on it. When the tube comes out, we'll just remove the tube and you are ready to either change to a different gauge of your Briley tube set or ready to shoot your barrelless 12 gauge again. If you have any issue installing the tube set, feel free to check out this or our other videos on Briley.com. Another place that you can find help is to give us a call. Our customer service representatives will be happy to help you in any way that they can. We're always here to help and serve the customer however we can. Thank you very much.